Home sellers are sitting on a $700 billion worth of listings, an all-time high, reported by your buddy Redfin. The total number of U.S. home listings is at an all-time high because of the combination of growing inventory, slowing demand, and increasing home sale prices. Increasing home sale prices. Housing affordability is an issue. Yes, what they're not taking into account is the BlackRocks and the Vanguards who are buying up a ton of inventory, making it more difficult for first-time home buyers to buy homes. Yes, we have all-time very high interest rates and housing affordability is out of the way, but the root cause is investors, institutional investors taking off and taking away from the American dream. They're trying to make America a land of renters, and that's horrible. That shortens up the supply, makes it more difficult for people to buy. And yes, they're putting some back on market, but not the thousands, the tens of thousands that they own. It's sad, but that's just the one major reality of it. Home demand is falling for sure. You make it very difficult to buy a house so you can start actually owning equity. The only real way for most Americans to get generational wealth is by buying homes, buying their home, paying off their mortgage, helping their children buy a home and pay off their mortgage. That increases their generational wealth by a factor of 10. Period. When institutional investors come and take the first-time home buyer homes away from them, it makes it more difficult. And yes, we're going through a lot of propaganda right now saying that there's a recession, or going into a recession, and interest rates are high and housing affordability is out there. But those are systemic problems due to the actual issue. And the issue is that we're allowing institutional buyers to buy up swaths of property. Period. 44% of listings have been lingering on the market for 60 plus days. Not true here in Santa Clara County. It's a lot smaller than that, but that's because Santa Clara County has a lot more demand than Modesto or St. Louis or Austin or wherever, right? There's $331 billion worth of stale inventory on the market. Now, that's up 20% of last year, and they say this is one way to quantify this buyer's market. Is it a buyer's market, though? If your house is priced right and it looks good and everything's taken care of, buyers are going to come and buy that house, right? Yeah, we have a huge inventory of homes that are staying on market for a lot longer. Yes, we have homes that are stagnating because I contend that it's the seller saying my house is worth this much. The seller does not demand or command what the sale price is. It's the buyer ultimately. And when the rates are low and there's a lot of demand, that means there's a lot of competition. Prices go up, right? When there's not a lot of buyers because they're frustrated and rates are 7%, there's still buyers out there. They're going to get picky. They're going to come and say, this is what I want to buy your house for. Take it or leave it, because I have 5 other houses that I'm going to write offers on. It's a totally different dynamic. So I do say that we're in a balanced market right now, simply because there are houses that sell off market. There's houses that sell within 7 days. There's houses that sell for over list price. As a matter of fact, Santa Clara County is enjoying about a 7% over list price average right now. That could change. That could change tomorrow, right? It absolutely can. So just be careful. I'm going to go to this one real quick because this makes sense. This is 44% of home sellers are giving concessions to buyers, just shy of the highest highest on record. There's no chart for me to share with you, but concessions can help keep prices propped up, right? My house is worth 1.6. I can come in at 1.6, but I'm going to ask for repairs. I'm going to ask for, help towards closing costs, especially if it's on market over 30 days. If you're on market 30 days, I don't care what the price is. I can ask you for points to lower the rate so I can make it even better for me for my monthly payment, because that's really what hurts you every month is that monthly payment. If I can reduce that by $500 or $1,000 by paying down points, it's going to help me a lot in the long run. So concessions are a good way to help you sell homes, right? If you come in and lowball and then ask for repairs and then ask for concessions and then ask and then ask and then ask, you're probably not going to get a happy seller, right? If you find a seller that's sorry, I was going to this one right here, that's desperate, then you're in a good way, right? But you're screwing over the seller. And right now, since we're in a balanced market, we try to make it fair and equitable for everybody. This is one of the houses I wanted to show you. It's 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,600 square foot house, but it's also been completely updated. It's sold in 13 days. Right? Some buyers want to find completely turnkey homes. They don't want to come in and have to do repairs. They don't have to do this. I sold this house, the same model house, a couple years ago for $1.6 million. So, but this house has been nicely updated. It's new kitchen. Well, not really. I mean, it's older, but they have, and it's on Coddle too, which is weird. This is a nice floor plan because this is actually an ensuite, an actual ensuite where you have a room where you can go off and read or have a book. This is in the master, right? And then it has a smaller bathroom, so it's kind of weird. But when you have a house that's maintained well, there's not a lot of repairs, right? And it looks like this, looks very pretty, and it's up against the hills, right? You have nice hills to look at. The house is worth more than a standard home that hasn't been maintained. It needs a brand new kitchen, it needs new bathrooms, new paint, right? And like, even if there's a broken window, that could take away from the value of the home, right? Okay, 5 essentials for aging in place. And I'm thinking about this because I'm getting older. I'm 56 years old. I'll turn 57 in August. And the value of this article is I just bought a house for my parents in Vegas. We moved them closer to my sister so my sister can keep an eye on them, right? Nothing wrong with my parents. They're just getting older. My dad has high blood pressure and diabetes, and he just suffered a stroke. And my mom's getting older, and that means they're a little more frail. I'm trying to do the same thing for my aunt, tell my aunt, we need to get you to a place where we can be there for you, right? That's probably the most important thing. If your children have flown the coop and left and moved to a different state, and you realize you need help, or it's probably better to be around family, maybe it's smarter to find a house that fits your needs closer to your children. Okay, rethink stairs. I have a 2-story house, and my stairwell, my ladder well, we say in the Marines, is very steep. My daughter had, before we took the carpet out, fell down the stairs twice. I've fallen down the stairs when my girls were little tiny babies. I was holding both of them and I slipped. I was wearing socks, slipped and jammed my spine really bad. And I couldn't move for a couple minutes. As you get older, stairs are the enemy. So find single-story homes. Get smart about lighting, bright and airy, right? bright and airy. See, my house just got painted. Yep, bright and airy. It makes it so that things are easily identified. Your eyesight tends to go, and when you're looking around in dark areas, it's harder for you to find stuff. Plan for adjustable heights. They're talking about desks, etc. But yeah, I mean, look for things that can help you walk into a shower instead of having to step over a tub. Even if you can get the transitionless shower, that's great because you can just walk into it without worrying about tripping. A huge number of seniors hurt themselves in the bathtub or in the shower because they slip, they trip, they fall, and then they're stuck in there. And it's kind of embarrassing. I think my dad did that once too. And that was years ago, when they moved to Knoxville. Focus on the bathroom. Absolutely. The bathroom is probably the most dangerous place for seniors because there's a lot of hard surfaces. The tub, the toilet, the sinks, the vanities. There's a lot of places that they can bang their head or hurt their hip or what have you. And just think of safety for them, right? Take advantage of technology. There's the, oops, I've fallen, I can't get up. There's newest age-in-place technology can incorporate safe, discrete sensors on the flooring. That's a lot of money if you can afford that. Other technologies like automatic shutoff for the stove, prevent cooking accidents. I have a barbecue that I have piped in from the house. So I have compressed natural gas, CNG or methane, piped for my barbecue. And years ago, I was cooking out there and I forgot to shut it off. And 4 days later, I went by and realized that the barbecue was emanating heat. I wasted 4 days of energy or CNG. So what I did was I went out and bought a $40 timer, has a 4-hour timer on it. I usually pop it to an hour, put it between the barbecue and the pipe, and now I don't have that problem anymore. Simple things to help you get through and make sure you don't waste a lot of money. All right, what is this? Los Gatos Home of the Week, Bird Ave, not my listing. Let's take a quick look at this. I'm going to come over here. There we go. All right, this one is not super close, and it's in the realm of where you'll be hearing a little bit of traffic, which is why it's not super expensive, $2.5 million, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet, built in 1955. Let's take a look inside. Nicely updated. Let's take a look at the kitchen. Wow, they did a great job on the kitchen. That's really pretty. Looks like they opened up a bunch of walls and put the pressure on these beams. So that's smart. It's a really nice looking kitchen. And so see how they have this rim right here? This is not great for seniors because that is a tripping problem right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there you go. Overall, nice house. The problem is it was built in 1955 and the ceilings are low. They're probably 8 foot, 9 foot. But that's okay. In a house like this, it's pretty. It's a nice looking house. It's a nice neighborhood, and it's close to walking distance for Santa Cruz Ave, which is the main area. This is the highs and lows. Let's take a look real quick. I'm gonna have to adjust. Oh no, it's not. Wait a minute. It's right here. No. Let me do some roll movement here real quick. Highs and lows. All right. The high, the most expensive home sold is Webster Street in Palo Alto. Take a quick look at this. One picture to look at. Sold off market for $12.75 at 100%. 6-bedroom, 5 1/2 bath, 6,000 square feet on a 1/4 acre lot. Built in 2021. Sold off market. There you go. And then let's take a look at this is Comanche Trail is the lowest sales price and the lowest list price to sales price ratio. So this is a twofer right here. And this is up in the hills, up in Los Gatos Hills. And it took 14 days to sell. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,000 square foot. Original list price was $900, sold for $700, $200,000 off. And yep, took a bit to sell, and the best price was $699. So guys, look, I'm telling you, there's some deals to be had here, right? And just got to keep your eyes open for it. And what I would suggest is, if you're not super picky, look at homes that have been on market for 30 plus days. This one's Mountain Views, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square foot, 5,800 square foot lot, built in 1946. It's a little tiny shack. We'll take a quick look at it, but originally listed at $1 million. It should have sold for 1.5, 1.6, and they got another $75,000 out of it because they knew they could sell it quickly. Wow, that's nice. This is a complete rundown. This is an all cash offer. No lender will put a loan on this unless it's hard money, which is great. Floor plan right here is pretty basic. 2-bedroom, 1-bath. What I would have done is tear that sucker down. And that's about the going price for a lot. I think that's a little high for a lot if you're thinking about putting a new house on it. Lot should be going for about 1.5, 1.4, but you know, when you drop it to $1 million, you find the right person. And yep, I sold a house like that in Willow Glen this year, not in this good a condition, and we sold it, but it was closer to a 1/4 acre, and I think I sold it for like 1.8. So there you go. And here's a rundown of the highest and lowest sold prices. The highest list price was 167%. The lowest list price was 77, which is that one we saw that was sold for $699. Original 900, sold for 700, and the highest sold one was in Palo Alto for $1,275. There you go. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'm Vito with Avatano. We'll see you out there.